moving on to the Kevin Love thing. Were you surprised when the talk started about midweek last week that he was going to get bought out after the trade deadline passes and they hadn't moved him?
Yeah, I was a little surprised, except I guess if you look back at it now, that he hadn't logged any minutes in a game in quite some time, right? So I got the impression Kevin Love, I think, initiated that. Like, hey,
Makes sense, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
like I'd like to go play somewhere. I'd love to be a part of this team, but I want to go somewhere and get some minutes and play. I still have something to give. So, let's start this conversation.
Like, not the player that we all loved during the championship run, but still a good dude for this city and the last guy on that championship team. So that's where it hurts. Like you're losing the last link to that championship. But ultimately, dude, I think he's like the city will probably love him forever. And I know they're gonna hang that jersey already, right? They already talked about retiring the zero, which is great. Nobody should wear zero fucking anyway on any franchise. But ultimately, like, yeah, I mean, if it's what he wanted, he still thinks he can play somewhere else, and God bless and go play, and we'll see you down the road.
I think his defense had gotten so poor that the Cavs just weren't going to put him out there. JB wasn't going to give that guy any real minutes when he can't play defense at all. So good move for the Cavs to say, hey, let's do right by this guy and buy him out. Sure as shit would have hoped they would have talked to him about, like, hey, make sure you go to the Lakers or something like that. Please
Yeah, right.
don't go to somebody who might be a rival in our conference in the playoffs. Sucks to see him go, but glad that they already said that they'd be retiring that jersey because I think that's deserved.